Storm Track First Forecast, sponsored by Gary County Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Good evening, Northeast Kansas. We've had clear skies throughout the day today, plenty of sunshine earlier, and we're going to keep these clear skies as we go out through the rest of the evening. Few clouds trying to filter in, but otherwise we'll keep them mostly clear skies. That's going to allow our temperatures to drop down into the single digits, if not teens, later on this evening into tomorrow morning. But just how cold it'll feel like as you're heading on out the door, I'll have a look at what those wind chill values will be coming up.
That's the reaction just moments after the Chiefs punch their ticket to the Super Bowl.
This is the year, baby. Woo! Go Chiefs! Go Chiefs!
And that is just the truth for Chiefs Kingdom tonight as the team is heading to the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years. Good evening, and thanks for joining us for Fox 43 from Arrowhead. I'm Patt. Obviously a huge day for Chiefs Kingdom as they are heading to Miami in 2 weeks for Super Bowl 54. An emotional day, a big day, and we have you covered on all things Chiefs. We've got team coverage from the fan experience to taking you inside the locker room, hearing from players moments after that big win. But first, let's check in with Sully Ingalls, who's going to take us through some of the biggest plays of the game. Sully, what did you think?
Hey, what a game, MP. I mean, Arrowhead was just absolutely rocking. Everyone excited after the one. How can you not be heading to the Super Bowl? Let's take a look at a couple of the highlights from a wild one. Arrowhead, a sea of red as it should be. Now, Chiefs were down 10 early in this one, but after last week, that's absolutely nothing. Tyreek Hill chips into that. This jet sweep finds the corner of the end zone, and it's a one-score game. The defense wasn't perfect to start the afternoon, but they laid hits like that all game. No doubt the more physical team for 60 minutes. And the defense got the stops when they needed to, allowing MV Patrick to make plays like this. This is magic you don't see every day, folks. Breaks 5 or 6 tackles on this run. Only a few players in the NFL can make a play like this, and he's one of them. Finds the end zone with that rush. Give the Chiefs the lead before halftime, 21-17. Second half was all Chiefs. They never lost that lead, and they put this baby to bed on this 60-yard touchdown reception from Sammy Watkins. I heard Miami is nice this time of year. Book your tickets, Chief Kingdom. Chiefs advance to their first Super Bowl since the 1969 season with a 35-24 win. Pete Francis is in the building for it all. Set the scene for us, my man.
That's right, Sully. The Kansas City Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years. And not only are they heading back, they did it in come-from-behind fashion. Much like last week, they trailed early, they come back. This is the 4th time this season the Chiefs have rallied from 10 points down to win the game. And now they're heading to Miami for the Super Bowl.
Listen, first of all, I'm so happy for the Hunt family and bringing that trophy back here. Wow. How great is that? I'm proud of our team for the effort that they showed today. Never die is kind of their thing. I mean, it's getting behind like this, tough on an old guy, but they did a nice job coming back.
Coach Reed, man, he's definitely a part of the motivation. You know, we're sick of hearing what the media says about him, how he can't get the big one done, and you know what? We knocked one off the list, got the Lamar Hunt trophy back here in Kansas City for the Hunt family, and you know what? We still got one more goal to knock off the list.
It's amazing. Obviously, being able to do it at home, being able to win the Lamar Hunt trophy here, and do it for the fans and everybody like that was awesome. We fell short last year, and we learned from it, and we built every single day, and now we have the chance to go to Miami and get the ultimate goal, which is Super Bowl.
I've seen these guys during training camp and the battles and the adversity we faced. My guys going down in the D-line, we had like a whole starting 4 that went down in the D-line, and just the adversity this team has faced along the way. Patt getting hurt, Frank getting hurt, me, myself. You know, we have faced a lot of adversity, and we overcame it.
It certainly meant the world to me and to my family and you know, to this family here in the locker room. But I think to see Clark hold that trophy up, I mean, I think that tugged at all of our hearts.
It's been a long time, 50 years, so savor it, Chiefs fans. You're heading to the Super Bowl. Reporting from Arrowhead Stadium, where the Kansas City Chiefs are the AFC champions, Pete Francis, live Fox 43 Sports.
Hey, thanks, Pete. I'm sure it was an electric atmosphere out there afternoon. Now, a little bit later in sports, we'll talk about who the Chiefs are going to face in the Super Bowl. But before that, MP, you talked to some fans just minutes after the game. I'm going to take a wild guess. I bet they were pretty excited to see you out there. What did everyone have to say?
Yeah, I would say that would be an understatement because I saw high fives, I saw tears, I saw hugs, people running up to one another. They don't even know each other and they're celebrating together. I mean, everything, you name it, an emotion, it absolutely happened and I saw it. Of course, I heard hundreds of Super Bowl bound chants and Go Chiefs. This win means so much to so many fans who have supported the team in the good days and honestly in the bad days as well. So here's what some of the fans had to say as they were walking out of Arrowhead.
Going to the Super Bowl, we're going to win. I don't care who we playing. It don't really matter. KC Chiefs, baby, let's go!
How long have you been waiting for this?
20 years.
And he said he's been a fan for 50 years at that, so he's just been counting down the days. Before the Chiefs head to Miami, everyone's got to go out and get their best Chiefs gear, of course. You got to bring it all out, all the stops for the Super Bowl. And some fans are already at stores getting the AFC Championship gear, and that's where we find reporter Dan Garrett live at Academy Sports in Topeka. Dan, they've already been swamped. What can you tell us from there?
Molly, as soon as the game ended, fans rushed here to Academy to get their hands on some new championship gear like this hoodie that I'm sporting right now. Now, the line was around 2 hours for people to get all the way through to the checkout. Now, this is the moment Chiefs fans have waited for years, and now is the time to show out. Workers here started setting up during halftime of the game when it looked like the Chiefs were going to win. One couple I talked to said they waited just a little bit too long to head over.
I watched the trophy presentation first. We should have left earlier because that line in there was a madhouse. It was all the way backed up to the camping section.
Got my hat.
Now, Gary was able to get some gear, though, so it all ended up working out. Now, Academy will be open until 10 tonight, and they will open back up at 8 in the morning tomorrow. So if you didn't get a chance to get out tonight, you can still go tomorrow. In Topeka, Dan Garrett, Fox 43 News. Molly, back to you.
All right, yeah, Dan, I was reading on Facebook, some people were saying there were 200 people in line just minutes after the game. All around, just a great day for Chiefs fans, for the Chiefs. An emotional one, too, because a lot of people have been wanting this for so long, so many years. Fans and the team have been fighting for this forever. This parking lot is clear now. They're cleaning up, but it actually cleared out about an hour ago because people were still celebrating with one another and just having a great time. The Super Bowl is in 2 weeks, Super Bowl 54. You'll be able to watch that right here on Fox 43 KTMJ. So what you can expect from us, we'll cover Chiefs all throughout the next weeks. They'll take on the 49ers on February 2nd. Now that's 2 weeks away. Kickoff for the Super Bowl will be at 5:30 right here on KTMJ. So we're going to have you covered for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully it's a little warmer in Miami for everybody that's heading down there, and maybe we can just be a little jealous of them as we watch the team take on the 49ers. But Gabby, it is cold out here. Is it going to stay like this for the rest of the week?
Yeah, Molly, fortunately the cold air looks to stay with us at least for these next couple of days, and then we slowly start to warm up. Not anywhere near where Miami will be, but still progress here in northeast Kansas for January. A few clouds trying to filter in the area, but will remain mostly clear as we go on throughout the night. Looking over Emporia, mostly clear skies, even over West Topeka, and it's just overall a calm night besides the cold air and besides that Chiefs win. Not necessarily calm there, but 14 degrees here in the capital city. Winds coming out of the north at 9 miles an hour. Even that slight breeze is enough to make it feel a little bit colder out there. But air temperatures right now, 8 degrees in Hiawatha, 14 here in Topeka again, and 15 degrees in Manhattan. Those are our actual air temperatures. Slight breezes coming from the north, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour in spots. And again, that's making it still feel a little bit colder out there. Feels like below zero, -2 in Hiawatha. Feels like 2 degrees here in Topeka as well. And it's only going to get colder as the night progresses. Wind chill values plummet into the single digits, if not even near or below zero, heading on into the morning. And then we really struggle to warm back up tomorrow afternoon as well. Just how long this colder air stays with us, I'll have a look at that forecast coming up. All right, thanks, Gabby. I can attest that it is cold out here. I've got about 3 shirts on, 3 pants.
about 7 socks. I've got it all because it has been a cold day, but it wasn't just us seeing all the Chiefs spirit at Arrowhead. We saw a lot of people take over Northeast Kansas decked out in red and gold. We even checked out a few watch parties in the area. Our event photographer, Keith Rennick, went around to Bullfrogs, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Johnny's Tavern, and he took all of these great pictures of fans enjoying food and drinks while cheering on the Chiefs. You can check out all of those photos on fox43topeka.com. Our website will also be your homepage for everything Chiefs leading up to Super Bowl Sunday. So be sure to check in with unique stories about Chiefs Kingdom. And obviously today's Kansas City victory is the top story of the day, but we've got you covered on all of the happenings around Northeast Kansas in our top local headlines from everywhere, including that confirmed earthquake that rattled parts of Kansas. Our Hannah Brandt will be back after the break to explain how one woman described the moment she felt her home shaking. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Fox 43 News at 9. Now let's get you up to speed on some of your top headlines from the night from around the area. A small earthquake rattled the Hutchinson area this afternoon, and according to the United States Geological Survey, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake happened around 1:30, and it happened just southwest of Hutchinson. But people all around Kansas say they felt the shaking. One woman says she was actually getting ready to watch the Chiefs game when she felt the rumble. She says it was the worst she's ever felt.
Shook the whole house, and it was really loud, and it lasted longer than normal. I mean, I've felt earthquakes before, the ones that we've had in the past, and this one was just really a lot longer, and it felt more stronger.
And the Hutch woman says she found a few bricks break off her chimney and fall onto the roof, so a scary time for her for sure. But no injuries have been reported in connection with that earthquake. And traffic is back to normal tonight after a semi-crash blocked traffic on US 75 just outside of Topeka. Troopers with the Kansas Highway Patrol say around 2 this afternoon, the driver of a semi-truck crashed through the side railing while going north on US 75. That crash happened right at the 42nd Street exit, and the driver smashed into a pole and knocked down a traffic sign. KHP says the driver did get some minor injuries in the crash, and crews did have the right lane and the 42nd Street exit closed while they looked into just how the crash happened and cleaned up the mess. We were first to tell you about this story online, and remember, you can be the first to know about breaking news all in your area by visiting fox43topeka.com. Well, the Chiefs might be headed to the Super Bowl, but who are they going to play? Still ahead, highlights from the NFC Championship. You're watching Fox 43 News at 9.
And again, that cold air does continue to stay with us throughout the day tomorrow, but we continue to stay dry. Just when we could see our next storm system. We'll have a look at that coming up.
Jay. Now your Storm Track weather with meteorologist Gabriela Gomez.
This cold air is going to continue on throughout the night tonight. Thanks to these clear skies, it's going to allow our temperatures to drop down quite significantly and still be on the cold side tomorrow. We don't make much progress over these next 24 hours, even leading further on into Monday night, leading into Tuesday morning. Below zero wind chills for almost the entire viewing area. Very cold air is continuing to stay with us, but we do manage to stay dry. Very little precipitation chances, at least leading up to the middle part of the work week. Then we start to see a little bit of a different story, and a system starts to move back in, similar to the ones we've seen in past weeks, but a little bit different this time around, as it looks to last maybe a little longer than a day or so. Looking over Lawrence, mostly clear skies, but you can see a little breezy out there with that flag on top of the Oread. Still mostly clear skies over West Topeka as well. Just a rather calm evening in terms of the weather. Temperatures, we started off in the teens earlier this morning, made it up into those upper 20s, but it really did not feel like it. It's been very cold throughout the day today, despite that sunshine that we did have. High temperatures all across the area. Most of us managed to get into the middle to upper 20s. Northern tier managed to barely get into the lower 20s. Hiawatha only got to 16 degrees earlier this afternoon, but we're still running a lot colder than this time yesterday, anywhere from 15 to close to 20 degrees, if not about 10 degrees colder than just 24 hours ago. But these are our current wind chills, what it feels like outside. 2 degrees in Topeka, 2 for Holton, -2 is what it feels like in Hiawatha this evening, and it's going to get even colder as the night goes on. In terms of actual air temperature, we'll drop down into those single digits, about 8 degrees, mostly clear, but just very cold out there. Those wind chill values not going to let up by any means. Tomorrow morning, northern tier looks to be below 0 for what it feels like. The rest of the viewing area in those single digits. We start to warm up a little bit as we head towards the afternoon, but you can see not much of a difference. Most of the viewing area still feels like those single digits, with a couple northern counties still feeling like negative, below 0. Heading on into Tuesday morning, even colder. Most of the viewing area, if not the entire viewing area, feeling like below 0 for our wind chill values. And then we slowly start to make progress heading into Tuesday afternoon, where we start to feel more like the teens, which will be progress as opposed to those negative wind chill values for Tuesday morning. System wise, we're calm right now. Not much going on in our weather pattern until we get to about a couple days from now. But for Monday, we'll stay mostly clear. There could be a slight little flurry or snow shower that clips really just the eastern side of the viewing area. That moves on out, mostly clear again, but then clouds start to build up as we head towards Tuesday afternoon, and that's ahead of our next system that looks to move in Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Looks to start maybe as a wintry mix, if not snow, changing over to the rain as we continue to warm up into maybe even the lower 40s on Wednesday afternoon. But the rain doesn't stop. We continue on throughout the night into Thursday morning. Might get a little brief break, but then it wraps back around, and as we get colder Thursday night into Friday, we see that transition over into a wintry mix and snow before it eventually moves out of the area to the east by the time we head towards Friday afternoon. So still a little bit of some uncertainties, but the general trend looks to be a several-day system kind of thing. So cold air for these next few days, and then we're keeping an eye on this system, especially as it starts off as snow, changing over to rain. So that's good news, as it'll get rid of that wintry mix and snow on the front end of the system. But as it continues on and lingers throughout Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll continue to track and see what the snow totals and maybe even ice totals will be by the time we head towards the end of the week. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll check in with our teams out at Arrowhead Stadium just one last time, and we'll also break down the challenge ahead of the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 54. That's coming up right after the break.
43 KTMJ. Now, sports with Sully Ingalls.
The Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl. I don't know if you caught that in the first 20 minutes of the show, but of course they need someone to play. San Francisco and Green Bay battling for the NFC spot, and this one wasn't that close. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Packers for the NFC Championship. And, of course, you got to have Jerry Rice, 49er, great NFL legend in the building. He's fired up. He was routing some routes before the game. Raheem Mostert gets the handout, takes it 36 yards. 49ers up 7-0 in a flash. And I know, we're in California. You got to hit that surf. They're on the way, let me tell you. Later on, 49ers just keep on cruising up 10-0. Let's make it 17. 9-yard touchdown run there for Mostert again. Under 2 minutes left in the half. Niners up 20-0. Aaron Rodgers picked off, and I mean, you guys can just see how this one is going. The Packers, they made some late efforts to try and come back in this one, but San Francisco, just like the Chiefs, it's feeling like it's their year out of the NFC. Mostert would add another one in the first half, an 18-yard score right here. Niners go on to win this one 37-20. So we'll see you in Miami, Jimmy G, and we don't care how handsome you are. Well, now that everything's set for February 2nd, let's leave you with some final thoughts from Arrowhead. MP, the people need to hear from you one more time outside the loudest stadium in the NFL.
Yeah, of course they do. I don't know if I can be as loud as everybody was since I'm out here by myself. Everybody cleared out. Just a great day for Chiefs fans, Chiefs Kingdom. There are thousands of people that have been waiting for this to happen for 50 years, because that's the last time that the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl, like we've told you over and over and over. Someone very special to me who's been waiting for this to happen for that long as well is my grandma, and she gave me this. She bought this the last time the Chiefs were AFC champions in 1969. She wore it to that game. She wore it when they won the Super Bowl, so she gave it to me to bring some victory vibes to Arrowhead. I'm pretty sure that that's why they won, if you ask me, so I know that I'm going to wear it again on the Super Bowl, along with everybody else's good vibes and good juju that they're going to wear. We're some crazy Chiefs fans out here. So again, the Super Bowl, February 2nd, right here on Fox 43 KTMJ. Be sure to stick with us. We'll have you completely covered. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio for one final look at the forecast. Live from Arrowhead, Molly, Pat, have a good night.
Make sure you stay warm out there, Molly. This cold air is going to continue on throughout the night tonight. If you do have plans to go out and celebrate that Chiefs victory, you definitely want to bundle up. Actual air temperatures dropping down into those single digits with feeling like below zero wind chills. And we really struggle to warm up throughout the day tomorrow as well, only getting into maybe the upper teens and lower 20s. Cold air continues on into Tuesday morning, but we start to make progress as we head towards the middle part of the week, exchanging the cold air for another system that moves in. Looks to be a mostly rainy event, but we're also tracking maybe a wintry mix and some snow at the front end and the back end of that system before things start to return back to average in terms of temperatures by the time we get to this time next weekend. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching Fox 43 News at 9. Have a great night.